Derrick, kind of how you feeling when you take us through the play and your initial reaction seemed to be like, you're obviously pretty alarmed and then seemed a little relieved after that.
Yeah, just got hit on the knee in the play before, played through it the next play. I felt it. Just wanted to get it checked out. I didn't know what it was at the time. That's why I was so in that mood, in that headspace. So pretty much it.
Were you that much relieved when you got back out? When you got the diagnosis and you're back out on the field there?
Most definitely, it wasn't that serious. Like I said, thought it was serious, but it wasn't as serious. But still, something got to be in the training, get rehab on, and that's what my main focus right now is just attack rehab and do what I got to do to get back on the field and help this team.
Do you have a sense yet of how long you might be out?
No, sir. That's something Coach Tomlin tell you guys.
No surgery, right?
No, sir.
Mike said week to week, it's got to be relief. What do you focus on mentally as well while you're also focused on the physical part? What do you focus on mentally to keep up with the week to week, what they're tasking you to get ready for the regular season?
Oh, just staying in the playbook, stand up to game speed, know what I got to do, even though I'm not going to probably be out there, but still be up to game speed, know what I got to do. And really, just like you said, take week by week, and that's my ability to just attack this rehab.
How proud were you when you saw YA get those back-to-back
Man,
sacks?
When I came back on the field, because they had a TV on in the locker room, so he told me he got a sack. We headbutted a few times. I'm excited, man. Both of us rookies got sacks in back-to-back games, so that's the big time.
Did you see the sack dance?
Big belly rub, yeah, that's big baby. Yes, sir.
It seemed like you were in good spirits with Cam and TJ on the sidelines. What kind of advice were they giving you in that moment there?
Really just don't get too much in my head, man. Injury is part of this game, and at this level, it's part of what we do. So just trying to keep my hopes up and keep me mentally prepared and mentally focused.
What was the range of emotions going from when you're carted off, it looked like you were pretty emotional, maybe fearing the worst, then coming back on the sideline and rejoining your teammates?
Yeah, I was still in that headspace, but once I got next to my teammates, like you said, man, they cheered me up, man. They told me to get up my head, and that's what they really told me on the sideline. That's why I was laughing like that. But just putting me in good spirits, man, and telling me you're gonna be all right.
Derrick, was there frustration in the sense that the timing of it, only because obviously you seem to be gaining momentum during camp, and on the flip side, it could be, A, the injury could have been worse, and B, it could have been week 3. Do you sort of was there frustration? Is there frustration in the timing of it?
Most definitely frustrated, man. Last preseason, and really excited to get out there in the regular season and compete at a high level, man. And it sucks, but it's part of the game we play. So just got to attack this rehab.
One thing, when we talked to Patrick Queen, Peyton Wilson, the off-ball linebackers on this team, they credit you and Derrick with already understanding, hey, keep the linebackers clean. What about that is natural to your game as a defensive lineman to keep them clean and take on double teams so well?
That was the Iowa defense, two-gapping and taking on double teams. So, it translates out here.
What's been the key for you to bat so many passes? Is it just the length, or is there more to it than just that?
It's a little bit about it's skill development. You work on it and see things go your way.
Are you sensing a change in your role here based on what happened to Derrick?
No, I'm just doing what I need to do, and staying healthy and getting on the field.
Maybe thinking about starting the Jets game now or anything like that?
That's not something that's crossed my mind. So,
what do you like about the way that Carl Dunbar coaches you and how he's challenged you to grow through training camp?
He's got that personality where he's gonna get on your back and really push you to be your best self, and so you always want to show up for him too.
What was the inspiration for the sack celebration? Is that something you just did in the moment, or did you think about that?
Just felt right.
They're calling it the belly silly on social media. Does that fit for you?
I got a belly, so yeah, it works.
You seem proud of it.
Oh, of course. Free the gut.
Where'd you learn to play the cock nose? Is that an Iowa thing, where you're offset like that? It's an old school thing. Where's that from?
It's been around and it'll stay around. Played it a little bit at Iowa. They play it here, so just keeping her up.
You moved around a lot, that second sack you were lined up outside of the tackle. Is that something that you did a lot at Iowa, or is that something that they've tasked you with more with that you're learning to do here in Pittsburgh?
I haven't been out there since freshman year of college.
And what did that feel like then, just adapting to that?
You play your role and things go well.
I apologize if you've been asked it before, but how do you guys collectively
make up for Derrick maybe being out for a little bit?
You know, it's just next man up. You know, the train's always moving. Derrick's always going to be on the train, and he'll be with us when he gets back.
Your preseason in general, did you do what you figured you would, or has that built confidence for you?
I'm just playing football. You know, at the end of the day, you just keep playing and things go right.
Feel pretty good about where your game is right about now?
Yeah.
You said good to be back. How far back do you think you are?
You know, probably the only thing that I'm far back in, if I'm being realistic, is just like my conditioning. But besides that, you know, everything else pretty smooth.
Is that a relief to feel, you know, with the season approaching so quick that you are at this point now?
Oh yes, most definitely. I mean, you know, like at the end of the day, the only way you can get better is by being out there. So I'm just thankful and blessed to be healthy and be back out there.
What's your recovery process been like? And like, you know, while you're focusing on the physical things, what mental things have you focused on to keep up with that as well?
You know, I mean, since this happened in camp, you know, like my process was the exact same as everybody else. You know, I was in all the meetings, walkthroughs, everything. So I really didn't miss a step mentally or anything. You know, so that's why I said the biggest thing was just like getting that conditioning back. Because you know, even if you are conditioning, you know, just by running and stuff, it's always different getting that those reactionary football conditioning.
Aaron's known to be very detailed with everything that he's doing. He's been very open about communication with all of you guys. How has that been a challenge while you've been sidelined to make sure you guys are detailed and on time when everything's about the time the season starts, you're ready to go?
It hasn't been a challenge at all. You know, like I said, we were in those meetings. When he communicates, he doesn't communicate with one person. He goes to all the receivers and tight ends, running backs, and you know, in meetings we are. I say we are much more like, you know, players are having to, you know, talk a lot more and stuff. So, you know, about the only thing that I always had to get back on page on was just like obviously getting out there and running the routes and stuff. But besides that, like, you know, we communicated and everybody's been on the same page.
Seems like you guys are catching a lot more balls over the middle part of the field, whether it's short, intermediate, but more in-breaking routes. Have you noticed that yourself, and what about that excites you for this being a different year than the past couple of years you've been here?
You know, I haven't paid too much attention to that. It's just, you know, knowing 8 being our quarterback. I mean, go Jack, he can get the ball. He sees the field. And, you know, it just, to me, what it just screams is like, you know, there's no dead routes. There's no, you know, somebody just running somebody off. He makes everybody a liable option.
Calvin, you hear the narrative outside the building. You guys need help with the receiver, need a bigger receiver, need a legit number 2. Do you hear that speculation, and do you have a reaction to it?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it. I would be surprised if at this point, if it wasn't each year, you know. So, you know, people got to talk about things, and, you know, people got to talk about things, and it's my job to just be in this building and work as hard as I can.
How do you block that out just as an athlete when you hear that and like that's, you know, the people talking about you and ruining your guys?
I don't know if it's necessarily blocking it out. It's just really, honestly, I feel like for guys like me and Roman, it's just more motivation than anything. I mean, I don't know, the way me and him talk and the way we work, I mean, that stuff is, I mean, we're in the NFL, so it's supposed to be, you know, everybody competing for a spot, trying to improve your team each year, so that's just what comes with it.
What have you seen from Roman? I mean, obviously, last year was really frustrating. You two can both share in, you know, missing your rookie years because of injuries. What have you seen from him throughout this entire process?
Him continue to just like trust in his ability and lock in and just be the player that we know he is. I was like, even last year, like, you know, there was a bunch of stuff going on, but like seeing how hard he practiced, like me and him got some of the, like the same mindsets and practice habits and stuff. Just to see how he's worked to put himself in this position is like that. I remember last year sometimes getting asked about him. It was like, I mean, Roman's a baller. Like he's been that. So to see what he's been doing on the field is like to no surprise to me and the other players. So just to see, like you said, we both had that injury our rookie year, but you know, both persevered and put ourselves in position to help the team. And so I think we're just going to continue to work hard and just continue to do whatever we can to help this team out.
How frustrating has this been? I mean, I know you came in, feeling like you were in the best shape you've ever been in, and you come in and you had injuries in the first 2 years, and when this happens again, just more frustration, or are you just finding a way to move past it?
No, you gotta move past it. Shit. You gotta just take what comes with the game for real. Like injuries come with it. Good plays come with it, bad plays come with it. So you gotta be able to take whatever comes with it and be able to weather the storm and be able to be ready on the other side.
I'm sorry for asking, how are you progressing?
Yeah, it's going good. Going good. Yeah, we're right on track. Right, we actually ahead of plan. So, yeah.
Do you have an expected return date of when you'll be able to fully practice yet?
I'm trying as soon as possible, but Coach T and everybody be giving me numbers and stuff to hit, and so I'll be ready. I'm trying to be ready for week 1 though. So
the secondary is doing a lot of pre-snap alignment, changes, a lot of talking.
yeah.
What do you do to kind of make up for not being able to be out there on the practice field to keep up with all the lingo and the things that you got to do?
Taking a lot of notes in the meeting room, make sure I'm studying my notes. Whenever they're practicing, getting mental reps and stuff like that. So whenever the time comes, I'm gonna be ready.
You've been around a few experienced guys, the guys that are destined for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
How is Jalen different from those other guys that have been around? To see, as far as his demeanor, how he approaches things, and how you've seen him just behind the scenes.
I feel like everybody different in their own ways. I done seen a lot of great guys, but Jalen, man, just the way how he approach the game, the way how he practice, the way how he take notes, the mental side of it, because he playing a couple different positions and seeing how he soak it all in. So just seeing how he approach the game, seeing the things he do behind the scenes, is definitely you see why he is how he is.
Is the versatility that you see in him something that you try to adapt to your game at all? Is that something that you want to do in the near future as far as moving up different spots?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. I played safety up in college and high school, and played dime here last year. So yeah, it's definitely out there. But I just got to be able to control what I can control right now. Just do whatever I got to do to help the team win.